Oh god! My Tamagotchi is dead! Look at this sucker.
Oh no!
He's dead. He died, everyone. My Tamagotchi's dead. This is a GC9x plays. And this is the dead Tamagotchi. So,
Clearly we've gotten the best ending.
yeah, this is, he died, but he didn't die, he just gets abducted and goes to his home planet. I think there's we can have a look at his, here he is, my Tamagotchi. Aw. Hello, friend.
Too
I had
bad
fun.
parent.
Yeah, I called myself that. It didn't assign me the name Bad Parent. He longed to be independent again. Thank you for raising me. Email to, I don't know,
Will that even work in this day and age?
99@aol.com. Send.
I could send you my email if you want to actually test someone's
You know
email
the odds
with
that there is someone with that email address.
I haven't actually set up my email on the virtual box, so that's not gonna work.
Aw.
All right, so let me just open up a new Tamagotchi. We've got options. We get to click hatch, and let's try a hatch now. I have to insert the Tamagotchi CD-ROM. That's right. This is an interesting feature of this one. Whoops. An interesting feature of the Tamagotchi game is you don't need the CD in the drive to play the game, but in order to hatch a Tamagotchi, you need to put a new CD in the drive, which is very fascinating. So let's see if great. Okay, I put the CD in. Let's give my new Tamagotchi a name. What's my new Tamagotchi's name? Before he was Buttface. So
Facebutt.
Facebutt. Facebutt.
Steak.
And my name.
Steakback.
My name can now be Fully Sick Dude. That's my name now. I'm freaking awesome. All right. Yes, I believe the nickname Facebutt is correct.
Oh, he is playing a nice little ditty for us as he hatches.
Yeah.
Or she. Could be either. Or neither.
Well, it's gonna be a formless blob, actually.
Ah. It's having some difficulty here. Oh, there it goes.
There we go, yeah. This is Facebutt. He's adorable, has no discipline, and he appears to be absolutely starving. Drink this milk. No, don't eat it, you idiot. Oh, God. Oh, well. I guess that's how it works.
Wow.
Yeah, just eat the entire
Delicious
milk bottle.
milk. Yeah.
These aliens must have bloodline digestive tracts.
Maybe it's actually in like an edible bag.
Yeah, it must be Canadian.
Yeah, I don't get the whole milk in a bag thing, but whatever.
And I'm gonna have to quickly play a terrible game with this useless bastard. Gotta make it happy. Huh. Well, I'm not gonna click there anymore. I got good odds that it'll be somewhere else. So let's just keep clicking left, and hopefully we can... There we go. We did it.
That made a farty sound.
And, you know. So, wow, I got 4 right. I'm amazing.
Does anything special happen if you get all 6?
I don't know. I've never managed to get all 6, to be perfectly honest.
Doesn't seem like you get much of a chance to see which one is right, but looks like it's basically
all of the
luck.
games available in this, as I showed in the other video, are chance-based, except for the, Breakout game. And that's boredom-based, so I can't be bothered playing that one. And you have to do these to make your Tamagotchi happy, otherwise he grows into a shithead who likes heavy metal. I'm not even kidding, by the way. That's literally, the, character that is created if you, don't treat your Tamagotchi right. He becomes a metalhead who is unhappy. That's like the canon, thing. I can't be bothered to make this guy any happier. We'll get him happier later. So that's what happens when you hatch a new Tamagotchi. That doesn't include the story video. Maybe I'll show that off sometime, but not yet, because I don't want to accidentally reset the Tamagotchi. And on to the main feature of today. Let's stick this little bastard in the care center. And close that. Alright, and now
Wow, that Care Center sounds really cruel because it just laughs at you horribly.
Every time, and they don't have fun at all. Alright, so hi, and welcome to a GC9x Plays. What we're going to be doing today is Battle Beasts. So let's open Battle Beasts.
Wait, shouldn't we introduce ourselves?
No. You can introduce yourselves later.
I hope you already
No,
know
I
who
mean,
we
let's-
are, or you're gonna be confused.
Well, they already know, right? Yeah, so feel free to introduce yourselves.
This is Snarboo.
This is I forgot. Let me check my notes. Apparently, I'm Pierce Brosnan,
I'm apparently Bobinator.
and turns out I'm some loser named MrArgent.
Check the headlines, Crackerjack. Today's top story is bad news for Tom!
That is quite an intro.
So yes, this is another game from 7th Level, who did the other games, and we're going to have covered like most of their games, because they're kind of very Windows 95, and I find that incredibly fascinating. So,
It's very charming, yes.
yes, this is the kind of main menu picture.
It's
Now, yes, the thing is, this is not what you see when you start the game up. What you see when you start the game up is this little cutscene here. So we're going to play this one in its entirety.
Little freak! What are you doing? Is there anyone up there?
Why, yes, my overlord. Me!
Silence, you clamoring moron! We must proceed undetected. Now, pull me up quietly.
Yes, sire. I pull with all my might.
Off me, you mutant! Oh,
Look at me. I'm a super ferocious battle beast.
silence, you fool!
Oh, 1,000 apologies, your ooziness. But I do look rather ferocious, don't you think?
You fool no one. Stupidity has no disguise, what? Now take that moronic head off and do it quietly.
Take off my head, master.
Your mask, fool! Get over there and get to work!
Ooh, look at all those pretty lights. Oh, so bright.
Stop dawdling, you dimwit! We must hurry, Ward. Time is of the essence.
Yes, master. Oh, pretty red.
Excellent, Ward. Now we may begin to foil these bothersome junkyard rejects. Soon, Ward, we will rule this city. Slime will be the order of the day. I will rule the world with my toads, and you, Ward, shall be ever at my side.
Oh, yes, yes, my gracious master. You can count on me. I will not fail you, my lord. I will follow you.
Quiet, you fool! Do you want us to be found out? You'll give us away!
Oh, master, please forgive me.
Never mind that, Ward. Finish your work. Yes, my little one, go. Go and find me others like you. Do not stop until we have all that must be ours.
Ooh, big button.
No, what? You imbecile. Turn them back on.
Yes, I think, maybe...
Just do it.
This one.
You fool!
Yeah, so that's the intro to this game. And if you were impressed by the quality, it's all downhill from here.
it's very obvious to say that Genome was their best game. No question.
That was some voice acting.
I don't know if it's fair to say that Genome is their best game, but it is certainly they're closer to one of their most standard video game games. So yeah,
Seems like a bit more solid of an effort.
Oh, I like the
than this.
headline there. Woman drowned in Toad tub attack.
Well, see, what's cool is you can actually click it, and you get this animated matinee.
I can think of at least 5 fetishes that start off this way.
And
Okay.
I do believe that we just watched someone die, actually, because that title says "Woman Drowned," and she seemed pretty freaking dead. So, way to go,
What does
kids game.
What does Boy Raised by Killer Toads do, if anything?
Nothing.
You can read it. I don't know if you guys can read in this thing, but it says, "A young boy found late yesterday in a gelatinous mound of slime. Gelatinous. Was rushed to Lord Have Mercy Hospital." Though the boy couldn't speak actual words, they communicated through sign language and guttural sounds, and learned the boy had been fed and cared for by a pack of, I believe that's supposed to say terrorist toads. Oh my. Ooh. That's a bit, Okay, anyway, yeah, so this newspaper is really cool. When you open the game, it actually changes, I believe. I can't remember if all of it changes, but the little video matinee here actually changes. I think there's 5 or 6 different, different little animated things that can show up. And if you click the general again, he'll do his spiel again. But we want to get to the actual menu, which looks like an 8-year-old made it in, like, Photoshop version 1. Yeah, I don't know what happened here. This is,
Yeah, how did we go from that to this?
Yeah.
Oof.
I don't know. This is the most unbelievably, like, this looks like a game maker project. Like, someone used difference clouds and just pressed, like, go.
You know, you say that, but you really haven't seen how far that barrel, or you haven't really seen the bottom of the barrel until you've played some really awful, like, game maker games or click and play games. This is actually pretty top tier for the era.
But yeah, no, I'm not gonna crap on the game here. But then you open this menu, which is the options, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Yeah, does it there's very much
stuff,
consistency.
Interestingly laid out. All the options are here. Some features. You can turn the sounds on and off.
I'd like to know what
I think
the game
you can
classifies as quote-unquote way cool sounds compared to everything else.
That's just regular sounds, I assume.
Yeah, I think so. And you can turn background animation off, you can turn special effects animation, you can turn the time limit, energy units, all the good stuff that you expect in a decent fighting game. It has auto turnaround, which is an interesting feature. You can turn it on or off, which is rather nice, that you can, switch it to which thing you want if for some reason you want it off. And if you have a look, it changes the toad. The one that I turned off now only jumps back and forward, and the other one's still jumping like that. Really cool interface, nice theme. Customized keys, pops up the window. I have customized these keys. By default, the player 1 keys are F, V, C, B, with button 1 being the number 1 and button 2 being button 2. Very difficult controls to utilize, so I changed them a little bit, but they'll make sense later. Now, we get to choose number of players here. 1 player, 2 player, or remote. Yes, it has an online mode.
Wait,
no,
really?
I don't know how that works. I believe what they were supposed to do was they were going to patch it in. When I click remote, it shows me this information here. And I believe what it says here is that you're supposed to contact them and get them to send you a new copy of the game with the patch. I don't know if that patch exists, and I really don't want to play this online with anyone, so we'll just go ahead and do 1 player.
Yeah,
So,
it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird how much they put into some aspects of the game, but how cheap some others feel so far.
Yeah, this is the cheapest part of the game. So I'm gonna let you guys pick which of the 6 battle bots should I select.
Right on the middle.
We have.
My money's on Helicopter Lizzie too.
Everyone wants. Well,
I kind of like the fish, honestly.
Sorry, you're
Fishbowl
outvoted.
Let's play Rampage.
Well, we will pick the Helicopter Lizard, and we choose our opponent, so we will pick the fish as our opponent.
Alrighty, there we go.
So why does this character suddenly completely change designs between the portrait and the selector icon?
The portrait was drawn in, like, Illustrator version 1. And the character, I really shouldn't complain. The portraits are just bizarrely poorly put together. I don't know why they must have rushed the portraits. They seem pretty rushed. Okay, so there's Boot Camp, which is essentially a practice mode. It's not a very good practice mode. It's basically the main game, but you can't finish it. You can't choose whether the enemy hits you or not. We have high scores, and there is a hint here to my opinion on the game. Yes,
I don't know,
so,
that's a pretty high score for something that sucks.
well, and we have difficulty settings. There is Mondo Weenie, Tough Guy, and Mondo Tough Guy. We have selected Mondo Weenie. There is a good reason why, and we'll explain that when we play the game. So we will hit War. And then we get another cutscene, which is great. Cutscenes are fun.
They are
You
fun.
get to see the two.
It means you don't have to play the game.
Yes, you don't have to play them. You just get to watch it. And yes, you get to see the two battle bots you've selected be built. And there is the cute little rhino. Oh, what a sweetie.
One lizard.
Oh, so it
and-
wasn't actually a lizard, it was a rhino. Weird.
Uh,
Some of the robot
he's-
forms don't look anything at all like the stuffed animals are supposed to be or whatever.
Yes, so the titular battlebot thing is that they can transform. Alright, here we go. We're ready. We're going. Alright. Oh god. Crap. We gotta race to the battle fight. We gotta race. We gotta beat him.
So
did it.
wait,
Speed
what
haste.
happens if he gets her first?
Alright, so we get out the trumpet. Alright, we got the trumpet out, and we gotta smack the guys. Come on, get the trumpet out. And hit the frogs. Come on, hit the frogs. There we go. Smacking the frogs.
So
Smacking
what
the
does
frogs.
this do exactly?
Gotta smack the frogs. Nothing. Gives you a higher score.
Oh, so it's just purely for score, it doesn't do anything else.
Alright, and now we're fighting. And we gotta transform into my battle form. So here we go. I transform my battle form. Now we gotta fight him. Here we go. We're gonna fight him. And
See,
gotta
this
press
looks
the
nothing
button.
at all like a rhino, weirdly. It looks like some
You
sort of
looks like a dragon.
dinosaur.
I don't know if you guys can hear this. I can hear it. There's a very loud buzzing.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
that's
I
caused
hear
by
that.
the-
Unfortunately.
Yes, that's caused by the MIDI. If I switch out of the game real quick, it will fix that, but it might kill the music. So I'm gonna quickly try and switch out of the game just to alleviate that noise. I apologize, but unfortunately the instance I'm using of the system is kind of bugging out a little bit. But we'll just quickly Alt-Tab. And as you can see, we lose the music, but we get our ears back. So, you know.
Thank you. That's much nicer.
Yes,
Yeah, it's way better.
It's unfortunate, but that's how it's got to be. The
So,
music sometimes works, sometimes it won't, sometimes it will.
Describe for us what it is like to play this game.
It looks very janky,
Um,
I'll say that much, just watching it.
Okay, so basically, the way it works is you have two buttons, button 1, button 2. Now, button 1 and button 2 kind of do the same things, but they just do different variants. Basically, you press a button followed by a direction, and you do an attack, much like International Karate. But unlike International Karate, which is smooth and simple to play and makes a lot of fluid sense, this one barely functions at all. And I do mean at all. It is extremely difficult. You can see he's shooting a gun at me. You can see that there is ammunition underneath your name. That is how many bullets you have. Now, there are you can get different kinds of bullets if you can get into a power-up room. You also have a special ability, which is triggered by pressing a certain combination of buttons. This is my victory thing. I turn back into a thing. So you guys will have to give us a sec. This is the victory screen. We did it. Congratulations. So yeah, this is Battle Beasts. So you have to. The buzzing is back. I'm sure you've noticed. It's kind of impossible not to.
I will say I like the score screen just because it's incredibly bizarre and nonsensical.
Okay, seriously, what is the point of this screen?
It's a little mini game. You have to race them to the next arena, basically.
What happens if he
It's
gets
kind
her
of like
first?
Pac-Man. If you get there first, you can get more points by smashing the frogs, as far as I can tell.
There is one extra thing that you can do, but it takes a little bit of finagling. Oh god, he started the buzzing again.
No.
So why did you lose health during that segment?
Okay, because I picked up things that lose health.
Oh,
Yes,
I see.
there are things on the ground that cost you health.
That's
because
wonderful.
Yes, of course. That's exactly what this should be. So let me just, you know, it's basically just button mashing. The AI apparently, if you just spam the same attack, it will block that attack more commonly. So you know, you gotta sort of, you know, pay attention to what you're doing.
So you can't just spam the same attack over and over again. The AI will at least pick up on that.
Yeah, it's supposed to. You do have like a special ability. If you have to kind of time the button presses correctly. It's extremely picky. Because so I have a special ability. The special ability is forward. Oh, sorry, forward. It is backwards. Button 1, button 2. Now here's the problem. The combination to transform between tiny mode and battle mode is button 1 and button 2 at the same time. So in order to use your special ability, you have to basically press the combination that causes you to become a tiny little guy, at the same time pressing a different button.
I see what the problem there is. So why didn't they just throw in a third button to transform, I wonder?
See, my thinking is this game comes from a particular time when keyboards were still not particularly great at multiple keyboard inputs.
Right, N key rollover was an
So
issue.
the problem here is that they've basically designed the entire game to work with 2 players on the same keyboard at the same time. Now, unfortunately for this game, it has had a tap on, you know, it has had an effect where effectively the we can't actually press the buttons necessarily how we want to press them, because it's trying to make sure that if you play with 2 people, you don't get locked out of fighting. I can't tell you if it does a good job of that, but it is almost unplayable as 1 player, so
Excellently done.
I noticed apparently you're getting points for combos. Can't imagine this game
you
having
can
combos
do
of any
combos.
sort.
I have no idea how to enter them, and if you can enter 2 attacks in a row without screwing up, you deserve to get a combo. I think that's how it works. Now, what you've noticed is that there's a, this is a mini game. I am controlling the green dot. And whoever gets to the entrance first gets to run around by themselves. Now, in computer mode, obviously you don't have to watch the computer play around for a bit. You just get to spawn straight into it without going for the bonus areas. Now, the only way to unlock the power-ups is to get to the room first and complete a quick, kind of effectively a trial. You have to basically solve a puzzle in the level. So, this game actually has adventure game elements, bizarrely. I hope you've been enjoying
That's
the buzzing
peculiar.
sound. I will Alt-Tab really quickly to remove that. But yes, we do lose the music, unfortunately.
It's certainly buzzing for the ages.
I wonder if turning off the
best-
music would actually help in the options. Or if it would still buzz.
We can give it a shot. I think quit doesn't close the game, but it doesn't let
So
you
I
choose,
noticed, despite having 6 different opponents to pick from, you can only fight 1, like you have a rival, and that's it.
Yes, that is correct. In a seemingly very strange choice, it feels like the way that they made the game was they designed it as a 2-player game. And that everything else was kind of an afterthought. Which is kind of a big problem, because not many people really wanted fighting games on their computer at the time, because you just really couldn't handle it.
I wouldn't
I mean,
necessarily
it's pretty
say that's
telling.
true.
I wouldn't go that far either, yeah, because what year did this come out in? 1995? I know a number of fighting games got ported from the consoles.
I think it's
Toshinden being
96,
among them.
97. but
Yeah, by that
most
point
of
you would
them,
have had a few ports.
I mean,
I would say most of them though were unplayable,
okay, I
or
would
at least far less playable than their console.
Well,
Uh,
I mean, you've had one you
siblings.
had the PC ports of the Mortal Kombat games, which are actually really good ports.
And there's one very specific reason why. Mortal Kombat's control inputs work on a keyboard. They're designed for it, actually. I don't know why this game that was built specifically for PCs has such terrible inputs, but it does.
Well,
Alright.
writing a fighting game engine is actually really difficult because you have to pull the inputs, I believe, or you have to actually be looking at them pretty carefully.
If anyone has a
Yeah, there's no.
detailed information...
There's a lot of
feel
really
free to
little
post
boxes
it.
like
I
that.
think the big problem here, more than anything, is that this was a Windows 3.1 game, and 3.1 just was not meant to handle action games.
Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, sweet, I got the bonus level.
I mean, stuff like multimedia can do fine, it's just...
You've been both brave and true, but you cannot win
Whoa,
this
what
fight
the?
on guts alone. As a result of your commendable
So there are hidden
effort,
areas in each
killer
level that you can go to that
instincts,
take you to a bonus
you
area?
will be entrusted with a weapon of increased firepower.
Yes.
Now the only thing you'll be short of is body bags. Toad side.
I like the military guy. He's funny.
Yeah, who is he relative to those two mad scientists we saw earlier, though?
How does he relate? I don't know. That's a good question.
He's just kind of here.
Get to squishing!
He's, now the important thing here is I believe I picked up an item that lets me freely, instantly access one of these.
Heads up decision, player.
Now, so,
grab destiny by the
I just sort of automatically opened it. You do actually have to solve a minigame to find them, usually. But this one's given me a mulligan because I picked up an item. So I have unlocked my special move.
Soon, you will experience
So we will get to see that, which is excellent, because then I can show that.
pulsing through every vein in your
Oh,
body.
very nice.
I'm assuming you only get one special per character.
Just coming down.
It's locked until you get into this room, and then you can use it.
Now time to unleash your invincible force.
And he's greatly overselling the power-up. Also, I didn't choose to move to this spot. The game automatically moved me because I stood idle too long.
Now, step on it.
And I go back to Q.
Does it matter which side you move to? Do you get a different item depending?
Yes, you do. If you move to the other side, your bullet gets powered up. So you get more ammunition and you get a new bullet, essentially. Why would you do that rather than take a new special? You wouldn't. Basically. Bah.
That's useful, and by useful I mean useless.
Now, the thing is, all of the robots actually are weak to a specific kind of bullet. So, you're supposed to work out what that is, and then, you know...
Ah, so it's Mega Man-esque then, sort of.
Yeah, so you're supposed to work out what that is, then go to the power-up room and pick that one to make it slightly easier to fight the CPU. Or the human player. Okay, there's my chomp, and there's my special. It's actually pretty powerful, and it looks better than most of the other moves. This guy breathes fire, obviously. And it's got a decent range on it. But I won't be using it anymore. I have to save it because the endgame boss fight is much harder than Rhino Fish over here, so we'll have to save our power. Now, the way it works is, to get to the boss of the whole game, you have to get the high score from between you and your rival, you have to get the high score. Since I've won every fight up until this point, I should be pretty far ahead of him, but...
You never know, the game could easily cheat.
Yeah. I am playing on Mondo Weenie mode, so it probably will just give me a mulligan on that.
Now, why exactly did you pick Mondo Weenie? You said there was a specific reason for that, and I assume it's because the game is impossible on higher difficulties?
As you can see, the game is not very well made. I don't know if you've picked up on the fact that the fighting is a tiny bit janky. If it's on a higher difficulty, the AI basically will just spam moves every time you're in range. And
Amazing.
And it will block all your moves if it can. So, I gotta tell you, it's not fun. to just basically get the shit kicked out of you constantly.
So
And
okay,
not-
so you can transform in this game. I do since I noticed you're trying to do your special attack and failing. Is there any reason why you'd want to be in your regular stuffed animal form during the fight?
No, there's not. Well, there's one reason. You've seen me occasionally blow that trumpet.
Yes.
That's the pickup item move. You can only
okay.
perform the pickup item move in cute form.
Rhino, Sturson's amazing utility horn.
I guess if you really wanted to, if you were playing with a human player, you could agree not to transform and fight with the hammers and the basic moves that the tiny guy has, the cutie has. I kind of feel like maybe they were going to go for a kind of Bloody Roar style charge bar or something, because it feels like that would be what they would want to do. Unfortunately, that's clearly not implemented, so we don't know. I got 2 times laser power. Nice. I picked up a thing. Now, you just might have seen that he did get hit by an environmental hazard. Yes, there are environmental hazards, and you can get hit by them.
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed in one of the levels there was a saw blade, and I was wondering if that could actually hit you.
Yes,
Yeah, I
you
was
can.
wondering the same thing, honestly.
And the levels are also 2-tiered, aren't they? Because I noticed there's a higher level.
Yes.
Is there any reason
Most
you
of
want to be on the higher
levels have a
level?
background that you can jump on. Let me
And honestly, that's something I think the game really gets right. The environments are all pretty decently rendered, and there's a lot
Right.
going on.
let me
But
just
yes,
double.
is there any advantage to being on top of the or on the higher level?
Not really. The AI tends to just follow you pretty quickly. There's no real advantage to it. In order to get some of the secret rooms, you have to get on the upper tier. Now, if
Okay.
you just give me a second, I will check how to jump up to. I'm just trying to work out how to get the get to second level. Okay, I think it's Come on, come on. There we go. You have to press up and then attack 1 to get to the second level.
That's really weird. Now, I
Yeah,
notice
and
there are
if
no jump attacks. Is there reason for that, or is it just because it's just badly programmed?
Yeah, there's no jump attacks. There might be jump attacks, but no, not really. I don't think. I'm just testing it out. I don't think they're jump attacks.
Seems
Yeah,
you could
it's
actually trick the AI into going up on the higher level and then just have it keep running into the steam.
You could plausibly do that if you really wanted to. It might work okay, but you don't really want to trap yourself with the AI because it tends to spam better than you, since it has AI blocking rather than human blocking, which
That just a bit too perfect blocking ability.
You know, I
Yes.
wonder if this game would have run better on machines of the era, because I mean, obviously you're playing this in a VM, so there may be some trickery going on there with the processor.
The short answer is there aren't enough videos online to really tell you for sure. I don't really think so. I think this is how the game runs, because the cutscenes and everything else runs just fine at full speed, so I don't
That's
know.
true, yes. And I do remember playing a demo version of this, a trial, whatever it was. And I seem to remember it was just about as clunky. Like, I couldn't beat any of the fights.
I would keep in mind that I have not. There's like one video of this game online, and Bob was the one who was suggesting we take a look at this one. And there's really not that much information on this game online. I think if it was kind of better in a classical sense, I feel like people might have cared more about it in order to play it. All right, so
Like I said, I blame Windows 3.1 on that.
let's see
more
if
than
I can
anything.
quickly get the.
I mean,
I broke the
by the time
window.
Windows 95,
Alright,
you
here
at
we
least had you at least had stuff like direct
Go,
access
man,
and
go!
things
Get to the
joints.
secret room.
Yeah.
Yes, secret room. So that's how you get to one of the secret rooms, is you get your hammer out, you break a window in the background, and then you run to the other side, which inexplicably opens when you break the window.
Makes perfect sense.
Now, I am not a super genius. I didn't figure that one out. It tells you that in the manual.
Is body bags, toad-sized.
So, as you can see, this time we'll jump to the right, and we get to choose our weapon.
Keep your eyes and ears peeled to the screen, player. And remember to choose carefully.
I like how the military
I have
dude's
to wonder-
animated.
Just the future of the free world.
Do you do any secrets and such if you're playing against another player? Or is it just one-player mode?
In two-player mode, you do the exact same thing. Now, I think the fish is weak to fire. I don't actually know for sure, so I'll just pick fire and hope for the best. I mean, the fish isn't going to be strong against fire, right? I hope.
And that's actually the squirt gun you want to use.
It's entirely possible.
Just coming down with battle fever.
I do like the military guy. Yeah, he's great.
Really nice animation.
To this game's credit, 7th level did excellent animation, and this game is full of charm. I love the cute little dinosaur character sort of look they have here. I mean, it's a cute game.
Yeah, the art style's really nice.
It is, yeah.
Sadly, it's mostly just what's behind the scenes that makes it fall short.
And yeah, I'll just quickly show you. You can attack in your tiny form. He shoots. This is so great. Like, he shoots a little wrecking ball out of his horn that pops open. Like, that's classic cartoon design. Lots of really great motion in this game.
I kind of almost wish the game was like that more, like it was stuffed animals fighting each other, like it didn't have this extreme 90s edge to it, because they kind of loses some of the charm. Like, the robots are goofy and they have the, the very nice cartoonish animations, but it's still just not as nice, IMO.
You just used an acronym out loud, you sack of crap.
I did, yes.
Oh, I'm so angry now. I'm gonna throw
It's the internet age, man. You gotta deal with it. Gotta deal with it.
Deal with it, JPEG. You ass. Let's see if I can collect that background power up. Come on, activate your horn. Yeah, see, I picked up some energy. I believe that flashlight will open a bonus stage for me if I can pick it up. On the next level that I go to, if I get there first, I believe. It will.
So do you have to go through every single arena? It's just that certain ones are open at the same time, so you could theoretically race the other opponent to a one closer or something?
I believe there is some of the robots are better in certain arenas. I think their attacks might be stronger or something. I think the manual says something to that effect. I don't know if they implemented it, to be perfectly honest, but I actually don't think I can pick up that flashlight. I think the keys open the battle doors. I think the manual says flashlights, but I think it's wrong. Yeah, basically you probably just want to rush to whichever one's closest.
Okay.
They're all open from the start, so, The AI does not automatically go to the closest one, at least in the lower difficulties. I don't know if it does it in the highest one, because I'm not dumb enough to try and play that. But, yeah, so as a player, you're pretty much better off going to whichever one is closest, so that you can, Yes,
Probably want to start abusing those bullets.
Oh no, I'm saving them for the boss.
Okay.
Everything is being saved for the boss. Because, I can abuse my special moves. The AI doesn't pick up on me too much while, And, yeah, they all have, really great extended victory things. Everyone has their own victory poses and their own defeat poses. It's all well presented. It's just inexplicably bad in specific ways, and also specifically bad in the most important way. It is not a good fighting game.
Yeah. Also,
Any
for some
last
reason, they keep
requests?
capitalizing all the eyes in these intermission screens, and it's really taking me off.
And there we go. We have gotten to
Oh wait, it's that dude
the
again.
next level. So, now we are, we're ready. So we're gonna smush all these toads. Just for some score.
Is this the final boss?
This is not. Actually, there's this is essentially the boss. This is not the, there's, several steps to the boss room. This is the first, there might be an extra power-up in here.
So are you saying the final boss has multiple phases or something?
He has several phases, including this, bit where you get to smash some frogs. So this is the final stage.
And they're
Um,
the frogs are all hammered
Whoa.
naturally.
so I will smash these.
Do you have to be in your plush form to do that?
I don't think so. It's just the plush form is designed for smashing things with your hammer. I can transform into my robot. Oh, I can't transform in a robot form yet. So yes, you have to do this in your cutesy form. There is a way to turn around. I don't know it. It's not working.
It's supposed to have auto turnaround though. That's a total lie.
It's because there's no
Jerks.
enemy for me to be up against at the moment.
Okay.
They totally accounted for that excellently.
Yeah, so
Getting your ass kicked by these really weird
yeah.
cartoon frogs.
I gotta figure out how to turn around, and I can't remember how that is. Turn around.
Maybe you
is-
have to stop attacking first?
Let me see. Oh, what? Oh, is it? Let me just,
Is it double tap? Do you have to double tap it back or something?
Oh, I know what it is. You have to double tap. Yeah, it's the most confusing thing. You have to double tap the Action 1 button.
Wait, what? It's
Yeah,
weird. Why not one of the
don't even-
directional buttons?
Don't even try. I'm gonna Alt-Tab real quick just to fix the sound a bit.
That's what I get for sending a tadpole to do a toadman's work. Now I must destroy you myself.
Unfortunately, we lose the music, but
Rare beast, you are no match for me. Prepare!
yep. And now we get to fight the
This
boss.
guy's just
So
chewing up the
this mad
scenery.
scientist was actually an evil alien robot frog the whole time.
Yeah, he's
And
a
it
robot
even says
frog.
evil toad man. Huh.
That's a great name.
So now what we do here is we just
On the
spam our
nose.
bullets that we have carefully saved in order to try and fight the boss without dying.
So if you
Uh,
die, do you just lose the game, or do you have another
if you
chance?
die in the game, you die in real life.
I see.
But yes, you actually just lose. You straight up lose. You have to do it all over again.
Well, it looks like you're gonna
Oh.
lose pretty handily here.
Is that like the entire game? You get no continues the entire. No, wait, never mind.
You
I
do not
remember.
get continues. You just lose.
So they're pulling a Street
That's-
Fighter Alpha 3
Ooh.
Bison fight here, I see.
So yeah, I probably won't win. You may have noticed. This is why I'm set to weenie mode. This boss is not easy. He does a lot of damage.
Yeah, they show what this looks like on
You have to beat
higher
a-
difficulties.
Yeah, you have to beat a completely different phase before you even get to him.
Yeah, the game just really isn't designed for this.
And I think I'm dead. I'm not.
Now that
Come on.
said, have you actually beaten this game before? Have you beaten the final boss?
I have not beaten the final boss.
Okay, I was gonna ask if you could actually unlock him, because that would
I
actually be
don't-
kind of cool.
I don't know. I don't.
Why
think
did he
you
suddenly
can.
grow like 50,000 boobs?
I didn't. He did. He.
I mean, yeah.
made
Why
it
did, I
like-
said, why did he grow
Oh.
50,000 boobs?
You know, like Toad Spawn.
All right. I guess there's supposed
So-
to be eggs, not boobs.
Here comes a.
Oh.
I think it's a non-standard game over, or perhaps it's just a bad end. But here it comes.
Kudos, my sovereign wickedness.
Well, that was a one-sided fight.
My coronation. Time to crown myself supreme.
Some decent
emperor
voice acting,
of
too.
all things around me.
Mm-hmm.
At once, my
Yeah, he's hamming it up suitably.
Fight master of all.
Uncomfortable close-ups. Always wonderful.
And this is what happened to the world. And some nice smoking toads in the background for the kids.
Join me in
So they just take over the world and it's just overrun with angry
Yeah.
alien frogs.
We are now
Huh.
The Toad Man took over the world and turned it into Toad Paradise.
that once sullied our city.
It's probably better than what we have now, so I can totally appreciate his goals and aims.
Yeah, he's more of a
Because hey, they
protagonist
look
than an
they look like
antagonist,
they're at
honestly.
least at peace. They're well fed. They've got plenty of entertainment.
I mean,
Kill a slimy green
The place is basically better off than most of the places we visited were.
I like the way he's animated
It's
in that
kind of
box
harsh
at the
for
back.
assuming it's a kid's game.
Yeah, he keeps poking out the television.
His weird condom hands.
Who dares to challenge or betray me will feel the wrath of the entire
I know some people be really angry right about now.
Yes, it's probably good that our super best friend Joseph Joestar is not here to witness this.
I would say that, you know, in the context of things, this is not, like, outwardly terrible. It's just, like, you get to see what happened when the bad guy won, essentially. And yes, you still get to put in your high score because you technically won. You just failed to beat the Toadman.
That dragged on for a bit.
Way to go, soldier! You just earned the key to the officer's mess.
Okay, get to enter my call sign. And my call sign is still sucks. And yeah, I got a higher score than my previous score, so that's...
I like the perspective effects on that 7-segment
LED
number counter
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm going to quickly jump in and out of the game. We'll probably get an extra cutscene from the start, and I'll see if we can fix that audio problem. And we'll show off a different couple of battle beasts real quick. So let's just...
You know, I wonder if what the tier rankings for this game are. I can only imagine.
So let's have a look at the, you know, let's take a look at the, you know, the control scheme. Alright, so here are the keyboard commands. If you are wondering how I was playing this game, here are the keyboard controls. As you can see there, they're really simple. All you have to do to do a backflip is forward plus B or C. If you want to jump low, quick F. But it's fine, because morph is button 2 plus 1. But if you want to do a low headbutt, it's button 2 plus back or C. Toggle weapon is 2-2, but that's fine, because select weapon is 2-2. Now, if you want to grab or swipe, that's 1 plus B. But head attack is 1 plus 2 plus B or C. But special move is 1 plus 2 plus B or C. I don't know why those are the exact same thing, but doesn't matter. Now, the important step here is that, yeah, this is very confusing. This is just a headache, this whole control scheme. It's not like it's overly complicated, but actually using the moves is surprisingly difficult to... It's like an Amiga-esque nightmare to sort of get used to the controls.
I don't know. Even the Amiga fighting games I've played don't have controls quite this convoluted. They usually just do an international karate thing where what button you hold determines what move you do. That's what body moves does, or body blows.
See, the big problem with this one is due to the way the game is designed, you can't hold down buttons, because otherwise it would lock the keyboard polling for the other player. So, that's why it's, thing. I do believe, are there different battle bots from the previous entrants? There might have been.
Yeah, they were different ones in the previous intro, so they changed this every single time.
Yeah, so it's randomized or whatever, which is nice. And, as you can see, different BattleBot pictures. And there is Toad Invasion traced to Research Froggies, completely different newspaper. You can click a different picture.
That's a really cool touch.
And
I like that wanting to read the manual.
yeah, read the manual or you'll never be able to play this damn game. And it's interesting that it says 5 models shipping, even though you have 6.
There is no escaping the pure devastation of my awesome
And yes, sometimes the Toadman shows up to mock you. Because, sure. Let's try, quickly click, well, I will be Pink Dogman.
That's actually a rat, because I had the demo and it's a rat.
Okay, I'll believe that's a rat, and I will pick, I don't know, other
You should
rat
pick
Dogman.
yeah. See, that one
And,
looks more like a rhino, but the if I recall, that one's actually a dinosaur or something.
Yes, I believe he is. You can see in the
I wonder if they got him
Powerizer.
mixed up somehow or something.
Who knows? Here's the rat. Look at him go. He's all adorable. As I said, yes, each one is a different, you know, different video for each selected one. so that's cool. Yes, and the dinosaur has a little sucker. I've still got the buzzing. Just
The animation is decent on most of these at least.
let me
Not
let
great,
me step
but
out again. I'm just gonna try rebooting the game a couple of times. That's a shame. Oh well. Okay, so let me think. I think you have to hit this thing. Ah, there we go. Alright, so here is a secret special bonus room. And you only get that if you, well, basically, you have to go to the correct room. And this one is, yeah, you basically smack toads, for bonus points. Come on. Oops. Turn around. Smack the toad. Smack the toad. Come on. Come on, little buddy. Smack the toads.
Is it a cricket bat or a woodcutting file it's turning into?
I have no idea what he's supposed to be smacking them with. I like that the toads all have towels, and this is a steam bath. I mean, that's kind of nice.
Hmm.
And now I'm out of time. And I got an awesome 2x bonus score, because, sure, why not? And, alright, well that was kind of a waste of time, because this buzzing's gonna start back up. Yes, unfortunately, the audio is unpredictably breaking, which is a shame. The MIDI soundtrack's okay. I might see if I can get some working later, but I don't think I will be able to succeed. And that's kind of the majority of this game. You've got the bonus levels. Every single area in the game apparently has one. I haven't been to all of them. Whether it's a secret bonus room or a, you know, power-up room, they exist. And that's, you know...
This rat guy you're playing as seems to be doing a lot better than the rhino. I'm starting to wonder if they have slightly different stats, which kind of makes sense.
I would not be surprised if they had different speeds for their various moves. I know that some of their abilities have different ranges, as you can very clearly see.
Yes.
From
so even a game this bad could have a tier ranking just based purely on which character has best range or priority or whatever.
I think priorities are largely the same, but range is different. I mean, you can see this guy's special ability comes out really quick, that snap drill. But yeah, you know, I can't recommend this game, but it looks really nice. It's extremely fascinating that it has such a nice look to it. It kind of feels like an aborted franchise, like they were gonna do something with it, but what were they
I
gonna
can see that.
Oh man, that rat is sick.
Yeah, I'm starting to think they got the rhino and the dinosaur mixed up.
I fail to see how that would be
A
physically
rhinosaur?
possible.
Well, what I mean is that, okay, so the rhino turns into a flying dragon thing, and then the little dinosaur turns into what appears to be a rhino. Oh, I just noticed their names change when they, whether they're transformed or not. That's kind of a nice touch. But anyway, Nicky, I guess, the little dinosaur, his robot form is called Nasator, which implies a nose, which he has, but that's more of like a rhino than a dinosaur. You know, I bet you it's the washing machine you have to go into or something.
I can't remember. And you can't trigger them when the opponent is in there, so...
Right.
We'll never know. Because, I am more or less done here. I can't. There's only so much of this game I can take. I have finished Shaq Fu with every character on hard mode, but I can't do much more of this game. It's damn lucky that it's
Yeah, I don't
nice to
blame
look
you.
at and it has some fun cutscenes. Because it feels like it has more heart than a lot of the cheap cash-ins. This feels like a game that they cared about enough to, you know, attempt to make something good out of it, but
Right. It's one of those games that had a lot of potential and they just weren't able to realize it for whatever reason.
I mean, the short
Mhm.
answer I would guess is that they're not particularly, they were just not capable of making a good fighting game. It requires a special kind of design mentality, and I don't think they...
Yeah, there's a lot of little tricky little aspects you have to capture properly, and they weren't doing the right things, and they certainly weren't on the right platform for it.
But yeah,
Still,
I do think...
I see... Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I do agree that, the rat seems to be, really kicking ass compared to the, other dude here.
Maybe
Like,
certain characters are more powerful than others when up against each other. Like, maybe it's a rock, paper, scissors thing, even in terms of which characters you pick. I mean,
Maybe,
that would be
or-
kind of a dick move, but...
I'm just totally destroying the, Dino Rhino.
Dino Rhino.
The Rhinosaur.
Yeah, exactly.
What was I going to say? I was going to say, though, I see a fighting game like this that has an interesting, unique look or gimmick to it, and I really wish someone would just take it and fix it, like, not even necessarily hack the game or anything, not quite that dedicated, but just...
I wonder how the sprites are stored.
Right. It's an idea that I think you could take a lot of the concepts and ideas in this game and put them into an actual functional fighting game. Because it's kind of cool how they have everything set up. This could have been like almost like a prototype for Smash Brothers or something, you know, what with the two-tiered fighting, the emphasis on little mini games and fighting things. Actually, wait, that's not Smash Brothers. Are there any other fighting games that do that? That have the weird sort of like meta games and mini games and like hidden stuff? Like, I know Mortal Kombat has done that, but not to this extent.
Some... I know there's some.
I kind of want to say...
Dead or Alive, let you go to different arenas when you knock people through walls and stuff.
Would the Outfoxies kind of count with the way the stages are structured?
Yeah, like, that has kind of, like, the levels open up as you play them. There's another game that does it. I mean, there's surely some, like, PlayStation period fighters that have, like, weird mechanics like that. Surely.
I guess Tallball might count, because that had the dungeon crawler mode to it.
Yeah, that had, like, a whole featured dungeon crawl. So did Ezra and God Bless the Ring or whatever. But that was a bit more, like, pure dungeon sort of thing.
Oh, you mean
I
there,
don't-
guys? Yeah.
Yeah. This is probably the most, like, cryptic, like, such a weird combination between the two. Yeah, this guy can just throw out those special moves real fast.
They have a tremendous amount of range, too. Maybe you can beat the final boss with this guy.
Alright, let's do it. Let's try and get to the final boss. I don't have to use the mallet. I think that, if I can get that,
Get that potion or whatever.
yeah, I really want to get that potion. Because I think it gives you the, flying mode. Which, I didn't get to show off last time.
So what does flying
Yes, there we
mode
go.
do?
Here we go! Woo!
Sounds like it's by off of control.
Wait, what?
Woo! None can defeat flying triangle.
Whoa.
So, okay, so that would actually give you a
This
huge
is-
advantage in a regular fight if you got the flying potion, basically. You could just fly around and shoot everybody.
I don't think it exists in the main game. I think it's specifically for this level only. Unless there's a
Aw.
cheat to unlock it, but... Alright, here we go, guys. Let's see if I can beat this. I died. I couldn't
You
do
got him
it.
down to a quarter of his health. That's better than last time. He still had like half of his health.
Yes, he's significantly, but I did start with full health because I got the potion.
Right.
So yeah, on the easiest mode, he's still almost unbeatable. On the easiest mode.
My moment of
So,
So it looks like the key is to pick a character that's just got really good, strong moves.
Double super duper double dip sugar choco cone, please.
Here you go, kid.
Whoa, way cool.
at least, not enjoyable, not recommended. Good night, thanks for everyone. Even his special ability is better than the other guy's special ability. He throws a garbage can across like 3/4 of the screen.